Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rachakwadash. Double honors unto our apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Much peace and blessings to all you saints of Akim out there that's pushing this 100% truth with all sincerity, faith, with charity. This is your brother Ash from the Great Millstone, Miami Kim, coming back with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying to the elect. Alright, in this lesson, I just want to, give some words of advice to brothers that's new to the faith. Okay, brothers that's not, haven't been in this thing for that long. Brothers that's not very experienced. Okay? And what I want to say in this video is once you obtain a certain level of knowledge within this ministry, within this truth, as the scriptures say, the words, not even the words, but it's like the Lord told Ezekiel, eat this book and eat this roll. It shall be sweet in thy mouth as honey, but in thy belly is going to be bitter. Right? So when you first hear this word, of course, if you're one of the hopeful elect, this truth is supposed to excite you. It's supposed to arouse you spiritually to a high level, right? And you learn, when you come in this truth, you learn so much, so fast. And that also is determined by how arousing this truth is to you, right? But if you're one of the hopeful elect and this truth, once you hear this truth, you're supposed to, as the scriptures say, you in the parable of the talents, you receive the word with joy, roughly paraphrasing. Speaking of the hopeful elect, you hear this truth and you receive it with joy. And if you truly receive it with joy, you're going to be learning as much as you can, as fast as you can. Because that's how this truth is. If you're one of the hopeful elect, this truth, it consumes you when you first wake up, right? So even what our apostles and others been saying, start with Apostle Har, if you've been in this truth for 6 months, you know a whole lot. When you come in this truth, you learn so much so fast. But after you obtain a certain level of knowledge, like a good general knowledge of the truth, to where you can break this truth down to somebody else, you can break it down plainly, and you know enough scriptures to back it up. Your knowledge actually takes a back seat. And what becomes a real priority is your character. Who you are on the inside, not what you know. Okay? Because of course you have to know a certain level of the truth. You have to know the truth. You have to know better before you can do better. So there's things that we must learn and we must know before the Lord starts to really hold us accountable. As the scriptures say, there's many scriptures on it, but whom much is given, much is required. Scriptures also say, slipping my mind right now. But ultimately, once you know the truth, then the Lord starts. Of course, once you learn certain things, now the Lord can jack you up. If you don't know the law, and you don't know you're an Israelite, of course the Lord can still jack you up, but he's not really gonna jack you up like that. Compared to somebody who actually knows they're Israelite, actually knows the name of the Lord, actually knows who the Lord gave his life for, who knows all the general basic things we all should know about the doctrine. Of course the Lord is gonna jack up the one that knows. So after you learn things that you ought to know, things that you should know as an Israelite man, especially if you call yourself a prophet, now your character is on the line. Now your character is being judged. Who you are. Because you actually have to apply what you're learning. As the scriptures say, I'll get it. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 8 and 1. Now as touching things offered unto idols, ye know that we all have knowledge. Right, so we all have knowledge. You come in this truth, you gonna increase in knowledge. For sure. Immediately, your knowledge goes through the roof. Okay? Especially if you're somebody that can easily, a quick learner, you quick absorb, you quickly, you got a good memory, photographic memory, you shit. And the way that the videos go out, the way YouTube is, the Lord got the YouTube, you can eat as much as you can devour. It's a buffet, all you can eat. Spiritual buffet, right? Knowledge puffeth up. So that's the thing about knowledge, though, because you learn so much, and us being in the flesh, it's like it has a natural tendency to make you proud. Like with knowledge, pride gonna try to creep in. Which, it really doesn't make sense, because not that long ago we didn't know shit. When you think about it, it doesn't make any sense at all, but it's just what happens. So that's something that we have to be conscious of coming in this truth. Right? It says, knowledge puffeth up, but charity edifieth. And that word charity is agape, which means brotherly love. Which is an action. Love is an action. Okay, the scriptures say that love is the keeping of the commandments. And Yahweh Shai said that the two greatest commandments is the love of the Most High, right, with all your mind, soul, spirit, roughly paraphrasing, and to love your brother as yourself. On these two hang all the law and the prophets. So loving your brother is keeping the commandments with your brother. Okay? So that's an action. So knowledge can make you proud. Meaning, of course, we all have knowledge. Everybody got knowledge. Knowledge can puff you up, but charity edifieth. And the scripture say, let all things be done unto edification. Which means to build up. It goes back to edifatio, which I believe is Latin, which means to build up. And we're building up the house of David. We're building up the church. That's what, 1 Peter 2, if I'm not mistaken. ye also as lively stones are built up a spiritual house. So we're building each other up. It says charity edifieth. So charity is more important than how much you actually know. Of course, after you learn the basics, the milk, things that you really need to know. Of course, the name of the Lord, etc. But going back, this is Sirach chapter 3 and verse also scriptures going into meekness, also humility. But what's the opposite of being puffed up or proud is being humble, and that's a part of your character. How you dealing with, of course, how you dealing with your with like-minded men, how you dealing with any man you come across, a woman, whatever. Are you really applying wisdom in your daily life, and especially them that be of the household of faith? Are you praying? Are you reading? Are you actually trying to form a relationship with Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai? Are you actually improving as a individual, as a man? Your character. Do you love the brothers? How do you know? That's really what it comes down to. It's, as Yahweh Shai said, all these two hang on hang all of the law and the prophets. I'm gonna keep reading. Sirach 3:17. My son, go on with thy business in meekness, so shalt thou be beloved of him that is approved. The greater thou art, the more humble thyself, and thou shalt find favor from the Lord. So the greater you are, meaning the more, because you're not gonna stop learning in this truth. That's for sure. If you're really in this thing, you're gonna continue learning, right? Our apostles and elders are still learning. So we always gonna learn in this truth. That's a given, right? So the longer you've been in this truth, the more knowledge you're gonna have. So the greater you become, the more humble you should be. The more humble you should become. Alright? You actually have to put in effort to actually become a better man. A more humble man. Right? But the knowledge, even of course you have to study, but it comes easier. Because a bullshit artist can have knowledge. Somebody that's a total demon can have a whole lot of knowledge. Right? Satan quoted scriptures. So you can be a whole demon and have knowledge. So obviously that's not the main. How can that be the main thing? How can that be the number one thing? If a whole demon can quote and be just as knowledgeable, or even more knowledgeable than we are, and I'm gonna prove it. Okay. Verse 19. Many are in high place and of renown, but mysteries are revealed unto the meek. So the Lord knows if you're really meek, if you're really humble. He knows your true character, and he can increase your knowledge easy if he deems you worthy. Verse 20. For the power of the Lord is great, and he is honored of the lowly. Seek not out the things that are too hard for thee, neither search the things that are above thy strength. But what is commanded thee, think thereupon with reverence, for it is not needful for thee to see with thine eyes the things that are in secret. Be not curious in unnecessary matters, for more things are showed unto thee than men understand. You see that? So our knowledge is through the roof. 6 months into this thing, your knowledge is through the roof. Doesn't matter where your knowledge was according to the world standards before this truth. Okay? But you shouldn't be in the spirit of wanting to just know every damn thing. But you got some people that's like that, and they don't have any mind to want to learn how to deal righteously with brothers, with men, like-minded men, or can't really say like-minded men, but men that share the same so-called belief, proclaimed belief. I don't want to make this too long, but let me grab this precept and close out with this. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 19, and verse 24. He that hath small understanding and feareth the Most High is better than one that hath much wisdom and transgresseth the law of the Most High. You see that? So that's plain. And if you truly fear the Lord, you're gonna have a certain character. Point blank, period. That's the manifestation of you fearing the Lord. The fruits of the Spirit. Meekness, temperance. Of course, you love the Akim. Okay? You're gonna actually walk in the Spirit. You're gonna actually move in the Spirit, and brother's gonna be able to notice. Brother's gonna be able to see. Okay? So that's pretty much it. That's something I just wanted to say, just to put it out there. Lord willing, was edifying. With that, I'm gonna give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Hagadash. Until the next one, Shalom.